What's up everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy Friday the 13th, and what a Friday the 13th it is. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Jason Voorhees action figure from Friday the 13th, the final chapter. This model was created by the one and only Neca toys. So let's check it out. Here's the front of the box, the famous knife through mask image. And we can open the box here to reveal the double panel. You can tell this figure is made from Neca simply by the amount of detail. And let's not forget the countless accessories, and I love accessories. The more accessories, the better. We have a cleaver, a kitchen knife, a saw, an axe, trademark machete, a Pamela Voorhees tombstone, and the corkscrew.
Hey Ted, where the hell's the corkscrew?
We also have a variant hand and head and mask. We have the side panel, Neca, I love this company. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. After his revival in a hospital morgue, the hockey mask murderer fixes his vengeful attention on the Jarvis family and a group of carefree teenagers. Young Tommy Jarvis, played by Corey Feldman, is an aficionado of horror films with a special talent for masks and makeup effects. Has the diabolical Jason finally met his match? He really has in this film. If you haven't seen it, I do suggest watching it. Honestly, it is by far the best Friday the 13th, in my opinion. And now let's open him up. Here we go, the best part of any action figure. Just like Jason busting through a door. Wow, this feels really good already. Feels very rubbery. Like the fabric is very, well, it's plastic, but it's very thin and malleable. Good texture, good weight to it. Wow, let's pull out the rest of these accessories. Goddamn tape. This is so difficult to take out. Yes, that's how you open up a Jason toy. Use his weapons to cut the tape. Wow, that's actually good feel for it. Solid piece of plastic. Machete time. And there it is. That's the extra head. Okay, let's take a look at all this. It's a pretty good looking head. Spot on to the film. I love the slash in the top right. Let's take a look underneath the mask. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to show you what's underneath. Not yet. That comes last. If you don't know the story of Jason, he was once a child. And he drowned as a kid, and none of the camp counselors, this is at a camp, none of the camp counselors saved him because they were too busy making love.
They were making love while that young boy drowned.
That's his mother, and that's who Jason is seeking revenge for. His axe looks great. Cleaver, good blood splat on there. His extra hand. The saw, which is awesome. This is what he uses at the beginning of the film to escape. The machete, his favorite weapon. The kitchen knife, it's more of a Michael Myers style weapon, but Jason will also use this. And probably the funniest accessory and weapon I've ever seen, the bottle opener.
Corkscrew!
Now let's check out Jason himself here. So right off the bat, Jason does look fantastic. Look at the detail here. Oh yeah, that's Jason. This is one of the best Jason toys I've ever had. I've actually wanted a Jason toy from the final chapter for a long time. He looks so dirty. That's the best part about him. He's covered in blood, he's covered in grease, he's covered in sweat, he's covered in other people's grease, other people's sweat, and other people's blood. So that's cool. I love this. Love the wrinkles and the pants. Very realistic. Check out his shoes. Yeah, he's wearing his trademark black shoes that's covered in mud. I love his hands, all the wrinkles, the veins, and the long black fingernails. As you can tell, they are protruding on the other side of his finger. His other hand, yeah, looks all right. He stands at about 6'7" inches. I'm not actually entirely too sure. It looks about 6'7" inches. Pretty tall, actually. He's very tall. Let's check out his articulation, shall we? Starting with his legs. Legs are always important. First off, we need to see if he can stand. Does he stand properly? See that? Yeah. Yeah, he's standing. He's standing pretty good. Luckily, you can actually rotate his feet a little bit and move them, so easy to pose. If you need to counterbalance, you can rotate that. You can actually, it feels like, I don't know if you're supposed to, but it feels like you can rotate the kneecap a little bit. Yeah, you can actually. Wow, that's cool. I've actually never seen a horizontal kneecap joint. Guys, I have lots of toys, and I have never seen that before. That is awesome. This is what I'm most impressed with. Basically, do the splits with them. That's as far as they actually bend. I mean, you won't ever have to pose them like this. I don't know why you would. Definitely bends his knee, not too far backwards, but again, this is a Jason toy. We don't need crazy articulation with them. This is actually quite the perfect amount of articulation, in my opinion, for a Jason toy. There's some great peg holes underneath his feet in case you want to mount him. As you can tell, I've only been playing with him for what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and his legs are very loose. So with age, you know, that's just gonna get worse and worse. Let's check out his arms. All right, so you can move the shoulders, not too far up. You're basically limited there. So again, he's not supposed to reach behind his head. He doesn't need to do crazy things. He basically has to outreach his arm like this, which you can do it perfectly. But yes, you can rotate his forearm, which is very cool. It rotates at the elbow. It's actually really nice. And his hand, his wrist, you can actually rotate, which is nice. It's too bad that we didn't get a spare hand because there's something that happens in the film. But having another left hand with the injury that happens in the film would be really, really cool. So his arm's pretty posable. Elbow joints, really nice. Oh, maybe, his mask just fell off. Let's cover it before you see it. He's covered. But yeah, his torso bends very well. Can he spin? He can't really spin. I don't think he's supposed to move. I feel like any more pressure, I'm gonna break it right off. His head moves very well, left to right. Not too much articulation up and down. Now let's put some weapons into his hands and check him out. The knife looks very tiny in his hand. Nonetheless, gets the job done. Next up, we have the machete. Classic Jason weapon. And that is more like it. Come on, it's perfect. The axe, here we go. It looks very tiny. That's not really that big of an axe. You'd think the handle would be a lot bigger than that. Jason's like, oh, I'm here for business. He actually doesn't talk, so he wouldn't say that. He would just gesture. Actually, he wouldn't even do that. He would just walk after you. The saw. All right, this is actually really cool, this weapon. And I think this is why we need the other hand, is for the saw. Yeah, I think we need to switch out the hands, so I'm gonna skip that one for now. We're gonna go to the cleaver. Looks very tiny, actually. That does not look menacing. Wow! Looks like we're gonna need to swap out the hands so we could hold the corkscrew. And the saw, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now, actually. So I guess we could just pop it off. Ugh, there we go. Not a fan of how you have to take the hand out. There's that little nib, and if that breaks, which it might, it's not strong. Like, it could break. You know, you're pretty much screwed. I don't even know how I'm gonna get that in there. Let's try out the new hand. I honestly don't know how it's supposed to fit in there. I'm gonna shove that in. Hopefully it works. Nope. I don't know if that's happening anytime soon. You know what? I don't think I can actually put this hand on. I might have to make this hole a tiny bit bigger and drill it out or something to fit this peg in there. Not fitting at all. Okay, I was able to put the original hand back on, no problem. We'll try to put these weapons in his hand. That looks pretty good. I like the blood-covered blade. That's a good-looking hacksaw. It's probably the best weapon that this toy comes with, for sure. Okay, let's try the corkscrew.
Corkscrew!
Yeah, I just stretched his hand like crazy. As I expected. It looks great! And now he's ready to have a party and drink some wine and kill some camp counselors. He stabs George McFly's hand.
Corkscrew!
And he just like, right on top of a counter. It was pretty cool. Next up, I'm gonna swap out the other head. Let's see if we can tell the difference first off. Can you see that? Yeah, I can't really spot a big difference. I guess the triangles on this mask here are faded out. I'm sorry. Oh, see, this one will fit no problem. There it is. Heads on. Can't really tell a difference at all. I think it's time to reveal the masks. What do you think? So we're gonna remove this mask first. Here we go. And who is it? It's Jason! That is awesome. Okay, that is what's up, eh? Tommy Jarvis takes Jason's machete and just starts hacking at Jason. Just hacking away. Penetrates his skull like that. I wouldn't have this on my shelf at all, like ever. He's got to have the mask on. It's Jason. He looks like a weakling here. You can see all the wrinkles, little random veins and strands of hair. Looks really good. Now let's put his mask on. He's pretty ugly. Ow. That's exactly what got the counselors killed in the first place. And under mask number 2, we have Jason Voorhees. Not so sliced up. That's cool. This is also the first time I'm seeing what's underneath these masks, so it's very, very cool. Again, this is the best part of any Jason toy, is looking underneath the mask to see how grotesque he actually looks. The muscle tissue in his cheek here. Let's just focus on the head right now. I don't know if you can see it because it's too shiny, but like you can see like green grossness, mold, rot, whatever would be living and growing underneath that mask. The eyes look so amazing. Glazed over, and that's just not from the light. That's just the paint job here. His face actually looks wet and grotesque. Just the muscle tissues, the paint job, the red blood here. It looks like his skull is just bleeding on the inside. Wow, really, really good job. You can see like little blood splats. Jason toys are the coolest, man. Not only does he have some pretty sick accessories, but he also has a removable mask. And now, you know how many little tiny baby Jason masks I have kicking around? We'll put the one with the red painted arrows on the figure. Let's do some posing here. Let's see what kind of menacing poses we can get. He's basically just gonna stand there, lift his machete. This is basically the Jason pose. Yep, swap out the weapons. Let's try the axe here, see which one we like more. No, sticking to the machete, classic. Alright everyone, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider giving it a like, comment down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. What do you think of the Jason Voorhees toy from Friday the 13th, the final chapter? I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you have this figure, please let me know if you had the issue with the hand not fitting in the little peg. Thank you so much for watching everyone, and happy Friday the 13th.